Fight Buzz on Into Boxing. Nick Webb joining us today. Nick, good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
How you doing? I'm very good, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
No worries, mate. Always good to catch up. It's been a busy last couple of years for you, but coming up is the big one. Fight camp, Fabio Wardley. Talk to us a little bit about that fight.
Yeah, mate. It's been in sort of since I won the last one. It's sort of been a one that's been more on the radar, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it, mate. I've been training really hard, and it's all coming together.
Obviously, we got to know each other through the Ultimate Boxer tournament, and you kind of came into that tournament with a bit of a point to prove. You did it. You took away the robe at the end of it, and since then you've been growing your profile. I mean, the Gibraltar thing. I thought a lot of people maybe thought Nick couldn't get past that challenge. Maybe that's a bit harsh to say. I don't mean it in a negative way. You looked sensational, and now it's like you're on the scene here. Now you've arrived properly.
Yeah, that's it. I won Ultimate Boxer, and I thought that would sort of put me there, but they still were doubting me. So I thought, right, let's go to Gibraltar and turn everyone's heads again. And I'm ready to do it again. This in a couple of weeks. So let's go.
How did it feel getting that win over in Gibraltar? Because that, I mean, for so many reasons, right? Okay, the card itself was big. It was a huge card for the headline reasons and other storylines on it. But because it was in Gibraltar in the middle of the pandemic and everything else, there was just so many more eyeballs on it. And you've come away with a really big win. How did it feel after that when that started to settle in that you'd got it?
Well, the thing is, after the Ultimate Boxer win, the COVID hit, so that was a big another hit to my sort of career, and so that was a hard year for me. I had a lot of personal things going on as well, people passing that are very close to me, and so it was a hard year. So then, obviously, to get that win out in Gibraltar was amazing, and to go there like you said, I was the underdog, and but I never felt the underdog once being there, so I knew what was going to happen.
You're a big lad for an underdog. I'd never feel comfortable completely writing Nick Webb off. I wouldn't. But Fabio Wardley, how do you rank him in regards to your tests previously? Is this your toughest test? Is it harder than Eric Pfeiffer? Is it harder than some of the other guys that you fought previously?
On paper, Eric Pfeiffer was a bigger challenge than him. So, on paper wise, but I think Fabio's, he's been, was he 11 fights in now? I'm not sure. Yeah. So, he's been built, and he's got great confidence in his ability. So I've got to smash it down. So yeah, I think it's going to be a great fight. I think we're both knockout artists, so it's going to be good.
What did you make of his last performance against Eric Molina? Because it was a little bit of a, and I would say this to him, I don't mean this in a negative way again, but it was a bit of an eye-opener, I think, in that, like you say, he was going through fighters. That the fight previous was unbelievable knockout, and then Molina just had him in a bit of trouble. What was your assessment on that?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Molina, obviously done his homework and gave a lot for Fabio to think about. So yeah, it shows some flaws in Fabio. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully he's worked on them.
We both know, Nick, in the boxing game, you don't look past opponents and you don't write anybody off, etc. But there's been a lot of talk around yourself and Alen Babic, a lot of back and forth about, would you say this to my face? Did you have the chance, etc., etc. Is that a fight that you see coming up on the horizon with the savage Babic?
Well, like you said, I don't look past anyone, but yeah, I would personally love to smash his face in to shut him up, because he's talking a lot of rubbish, and a lot of what he says ain't true. So yeah, I'll be happy to silence him.
Have you seen anything in his game that impresses you? I mean, is on paper, again, on paper, you look at the knockout ratio, the wins, etc. It is impressive.
Yeah, it's impressive, but you know, how many fights he had? 6 fights now as a pro, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. It's not, you know, it's not that many. My first 4 fights were all first round knockouts, so it's not. I'm not impressed in any way. So yeah, nah, he's not shown me anything that's made me think, oh no, shouldn't fight him, or a bit worried about him. Nothing at all.
Yeah, no, fair play. He's up against Mark Bennett next, who obviously you got to know in the final of that Ultimate tournament. What do you reckon to Mark's chances there? Do you think Alen goes through him, or do you think Mark might give him a bit of a test?
It all depends on which Mark Bennett turns up. If he's trained hard and he's ready and he's in shape, then he will give Babic a lot of problems. And I could potentially beat Babic. But it all depends if he comes in shape or not. That's a different story.
Yeah, I got the impression that you and Mark struck up a bit of a good relationship. I mean, the end of that tournament, you're both absolutely you had to work so hard to get there. There was that respect, but I got the impression that you two just kind of got on as well.
Yeah, I think we've both had that mutual respect for each other. I respect all my opponents anyway. I'm not that kind of guy that disrespects anybody. I think he's a good lad, and I think he showed in that tournament what a warrior he actually was. So all the best to him.
Yeah, fair play. Well, back onto yourself then. Fight Camp. It's another big card. It's another one that's going to have a lot of eyeballs on it for various different reasons. How does it make you feel knowing that you're in these conversations regularly now? Gibraltar was here, then it's Fight Camp, and I'm sure that whatever the next big fight card is, Nick Webb's going to be, your name's going to be on there. What does it make you feel like knowing that you're in that mix now? You're a mainstay on the big stage.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. It shows all the hard work and sacrifices starting to pay off. So I just want to, keep making great fights, keep winning, and just make my life more comfortable for the future.
I've got to ask you. I don't like bringing former losses up and things like that. But we've seen Dave Allen talking about coming back again. I think he's got a fight next month, if I'm not mistaken. He's talking about maybe having one last roll of the dice. I've also seen his name linked with Alen Babic. So who knows if we see those two dance? But would you like a shot at maybe settling the score with Dave?
Oh yeah, 100%. Would love that rematch with him. Yeah. To see how he goes, and yeah, maybe we can meet down the line.
Do you think he has the comeback in him? Do you think he can get to the level that he was at previously?
Yeah, I think he could get back there. Why not? He's a very popular guy, and as long as he looks like he's putting hard work in, so why not?
I mean, it looks like then you've got 3 potential names. Well, Fabio Wardley's not potentially, he's confirmed, but then potentially Babic, potentially Alen down the line. Is there any other goals that you're looking at in the near future? Do you look at certain names? Or?
Just for me, it's more like titles. I want to win the British title and then go from there, basically. So I'm doing everything to win that British title and go from there.
One step at a time. Well, I assume camp's going well. I won't bore you with the usual questions of how it's going. You look in great shape. Do you want to give us a prediction for Fight Camp, or do you want us maybe just wait and see how it plays out?
Well, the prediction is, and what I know is going to happen, is I'm going to win at all costs.
Excellent. Well, Nick, we're right behind you. Really looking forward to seeing you back in there. All the best for the Wardley fight.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.